Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 16 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Gimperman. What's up? I hope you're having a lovely day, and if you guys want to be house guest of the day, send me a private message on YouTube. Alright, so yesterday, Frankie, Caleb, and Christine went on their football excursion that Frankie won for them in the Battle of the Block. So they left just after 10 a.m. and they re-entered the house just after 8:30 p.m. and turns out they went to a Dallas Cowboys practice game. I don't know. They were watching like drills or something. So that's fun. They were standing down on the field. I wonder if there were any DCC there. Do you guys watch the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader show? It's so good. But anyway, they also got some hats, some shirts. They were walking around with the Vice President of Communications. Like I said, they were down on the field. They met Jerry Jones. Caleb was like, he looks really old. They met Tony Romo, Jason Witten, and Des Bryant. I've only heard of Tony Romo because I don't watch football, and he was dating Jessica Simpson. Anyway, that was pretty exciting. It sounds like they had a fun day. They were tailgating. Caleb was talking about how much food he ate. Other than that, Caleb was like, yeah, I've already met the Dallas Cowboys because I'm from Texas. Also, like, all these people were shouting out to me, Beast Mode Cowboy. I got more attention than Frankie. It was awesome. And Christine was talking about how obnoxious Frankie was the whole day, acting like he was a celebrity and like nothing was good enough for him and how annoying it was. I hope we get to see this on the show. But it sounds like also they were not allowed to discuss any game while they were out on their field trip. So it was time for the guys to get together and work on Christine. So Frankie, Caleb, and Zach were all in agreement that Nicole needs to go this week. She is a danger to their game. So they planned on telling Christine that Nicole needs to be backdoored this week. I mean, it's not really a backdoor though, because Nicole did get to play in the POV, so it's not a true backdoor, FYI. So they have a couple of key points that they want to tell Christine to convince her that Nicole needs to go. So number one, if Nicole had remained the HOH this week and Frankie had won the power veto, Nicole said earlier this week that she was going to backdoor Christine. This is a true statement. It will be used against her in court. So, also, they're going to tell Christine, if you don't nominate Nicole, we're going to nominate you next week and you're going to go home. Also, they're going to tell her, look, everyone in the house thinks that you're working with Nicole, and if you don't nominate her, it's going to confirm it in everyone's minds. So, just for a little extra sting, Frankie's like, Nicole is saying some awful stuff about my sister. She's a stuffster. Obviously, he did not say stuff. Yeah, she never said any of that stuff, so I don't know where that's coming from. But Frankie and Zach were alone in the fire room, and they apologized to each other again. Oh, we can't keep fighting like this. Me, Zanky. So Frankie comes up with this thing. He's like to Zach, maybe we should get Victoria up on the block instead of Nicole. Which I don't know why he would really suggest that, considering how pissed he is at Nicole. But he brought it up, and Zach was like, yeah, maybe. Because they're both thinking they should definitely keep Donnie this week because they don't think that he's coming after them. Again, as I said the other day, I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think he's going after Zach, but I think Frankie, faux show. So then Frankie's like, well, there's no way that I can work with Nicole because she said some awful things about my sister. Again, I don't recall her saying anything awful about Ariana, but maybe I missed it. But maybe not. So either way, whoever goes up on the block, they want to keep Donnie this week. So Frankie takes this Victoria suggestion to Derek, and he's like, would you ever vote out Victoria over Donnie? And Derek is like, if I'm being honest, no. I think that should be a huge red flag to Frankie. It's so obvious that Derek is planning on taking Victoria all the way to the final two. She would be so easy to beat. You know that he would totally turn his back on whatever schlub he's going to take with him. He's taking Victoria to the final 2. So there was some major drama last night. Frankie decided he wanted to clear the air with Nicole. So he pulled her into the beehive room and he's like, I am disgusted that you were telling people that I said that I would have Victoria in my back pocket after sharing my Ariana Grande secret. You guys notice that he always calls her Ariana Grande? Like, for the most part anyway. That's so weird. She's your sister. But anyway, she was like, well, somebody definitely told me that you said that. I wouldn't just make that up. So he's like, well, I never said it. He's a liar because he totally said it to Christine. So Nicole wants no part of this discussion. She does not want to deal with Frankie. She's really annoyed with him. So she says to Frankie, feisty Nicole's coming out, she says, everything that comes out of your mouth is horrible. So that's why I believed it. I can't believe she said that. It was awesome. So then she was like to him, well, you're saying that it's not true, so I'm glad that I know now that it's not true. She was totally BSing him when she said that. Conversation over. Nicole out. So meanwhile, while that was happening, Christine was up in the HOH room with Victoria, and she was like, Victoria, I'm sorry, but I'm probably gonna have to nominate you tomorrow. So she's like, don't worry, you're totally safe, you're just a pawn, it's all good. So Victoria's like, well, that sucks, but I guess I understand. So they both end up just saying how they wish that they could get rid of Frankie this week, but obviously they can't because he won the battle of the Black. So Nicole had her turn up in the HOH with Christine. She was freaking out about her conversation with Frankie. She doesn't like how he pulled her aside and tried to make her feel like a loser for something that he really said. So Christine is like, yes, he absolutely said the back pocket comment to me. Absolutely. So Nicole's like, good, I feel better now knowing that I'm not going crazy. So while that was happening, Frankie was downstairs telling the guys his version of what happened in the beehive room. And he's like, I never said it, and Nicole's just trying to make me look like stuff. Again, not stuff. So yeah, I don't know if he actually believes what he's saying or he's just trying to cover his tracks because he's very adamant that he never said this back pocket comment, but he totally did. So Donnie is trying to fight for his life while all this nonsense is going on. So he's campaigning to Derek, and he's like, Derek, if you keep me and I win the HOH next week, I will let you pick my nominations. I don't think he actually would, but, you know, he's got to say what he's got to say. So Derek is like, no, man, you don't have to do that. I totally trust you. He's trying to give him advice. He's like, make sure that Christine knows that she's not your target. And he's like, you know what, go ahead, go up there and tell Christine that I'm your target. So it's kind of weird because we never see them talking game with each other. So I'm like, not really sure if Derek was being genuine and like actually trying to help him out, but it kind of seems like he was. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Or is he just trying to set up Donnie in the next week to be like, oh, Donnie told Christine that I am his target. Because I mean, I'm very reluctant to believe that Derek was actually helping Donnie with the game. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. So Frankie went back up to the HOH room with Christine. By the way, he's been sleeping up there, and Christine is sleeping downstairs. How messed up is that? Christine was even like, tomorrow morning I'll knock on the HOH door before I go in to shower because I don't want to wake you up. Oh my gosh, she's the HOH. So anyway, Frankie brings up the freaking back pocket thing again. This goes on, and he's asking her, did you tell Nicole that I said that? And she's like, well, I didn't say it in those words. I think she did. But I kind of said something along those lines. So Frankie is just like, well, guess what? Nicole totally said that she would have backdoored you this week. So with that information, he's just like, all right, Nicole's dead. She's out of this game. So Then it was Zach's turn in the HOH. He was up there alone with Christine. He tells her the same backdoor story about how Nicole was going to get rid of Christine. He also pulls out, everyone thinks that you're working with Nicole. If you don't put her up, it's going to confirm it. Then Caleb joins in with Zach. Same backdoor story. She's like, okay, I get it. She was going to backdoor me. So then she's like, if I put up Nicole, you have to promise me right now that she's going to go home. So Caleb pulls out this gem. He's like, if you put her up, she's going home. All of us guys are sticking together. Did you really just say that? I don't think Christine even picked up on it. Come on! He just said the guys are sticking together. And I have to be honest, if Nicole goes home this week, I think Christine is pretty much screwed. Because the guys are not going to take her to the end. So Christine, hearing this information that they're going to vote her out, is like, all right, I guess we're going to do this. So she fills in Derek and Cody on the plan. It seems to be a done deal. So now that this is set, Derek lets Victoria know that she's not actually going up on the block tomorrow. So of course, he's got to take credit for it. He's like, I just saved your life in this Big Brother game, so don't ever say that I don't do anything for you. So he's like, just act all gloomy until the ceremony, and then afterwards, pretend that you didn't know about it. Duh. So he's like, yeah, Nicole's going home. You're welcome. So moving on, time for something completely different. This morning, Donnie went up to the HOH room to talk to non-HOH Frankie about this week's Team America mission. Did you guys forget about it? Because I kind of did. So he suggested maybe we could get Victoria to volunteer to go up, and Frankie's like, oh, no. It won't work. So he shoots it down. Christine comes into the room. Conversation over. I guess Team America is not happening anymore. So while Christine was in the HOH room with Frankie, they plan out this nasty speech for the power veto ceremony. It goes a little something like this. In the Big Brother house, you can't attempt something and not follow through. So I'm going to take this knife out of my back and return it back to you in the hopes that you can't use it again. Nicole, take a seat. Why would you do that? Okay, first of all, Nicole and Christine are supposedly best friends. Okay, if you say like you're putting her up for game reasons, fine. But then when you make a speech like that, it doesn't sound like you're best friends with her. Also, the jury has begun. So why are you going to make a speech like that when you need jury votes? Also, Julie has hinted that someone is coming back. Why would you make a scathing speech like that when there's a possibility that Nicole could come back into the game? It just doesn't make sense. But anyway, they had the power veto ceremony this morning, or afternoon, whatever. Zach used it on himself, of course, and Christine nominated Nicole, and she said that stupid speech. So it's either Nicole or Donnie going on Thursday. So Nicole was talking to Donnie. She's like, I'm not surprised. I had a feeling this was going to happen because Cody wouldn't make eye contact with her. Frankie was acting way too happy, and Christine was acting like a total weirdo. So Donnie gives Nicole some advice. He's like, don't act upset. That's what they want. Just relax. Just keep positive. So Nicole was doing okay for a while, and then she totally lost it. So she went over to Christine and asked her to talk in the beehive. She was in tears. She's falling apart. So Christine is like, okay. She can't say no. So Christine goes in there with her, and she's like, well, the guys told me about this backdoor plan. What was I supposed to do? So Nicole was like, well, you could have talked to me. She said that she wasn't actually going to go through with it. She had to say it. She had to say it, because what else was she going to say to them? So Christine was like, oh yeah, I get it. I probably would have done the same thing. So Christine is like, well, the guys also told me that I'd be going home next week if I didn't put you up. So Nicole was just like really hurt about the whole situation. She was just like, why didn't you talk to me before this all happened? So Christine apologizes. There's zero emotion in this apology. She's like a freaking robot talking to Nicole. And Nicole's like, well, I'm not done fighting. So I'm happy that she's not done fighting, but at the same time, I really don't want Donnie to leave. So it's really tough to see either one of them leave this week. But let me know in the comments who you guys want to see you be evicted, and we'll pick it up there tomorrow. So until then, much love.
Edit.